You?
Yeah, good.
We missed you last week.
Wouldn't say that.
That's a first.
Vinny.
Yeah.
You were in Bournemouth?
Sorry?
You were in Bournemouth?
No, I was on a road day off, and I'm working that much at the moment. I was struggling to fit in switching days, you see. So it's just like, well, you may as well just take that one and then get back in. It was 7 and 8, isn't it?
Now that you're here.
Anyway, enough about me. Arne, obviously it's a two-legged semi-final, strange situation where each game is a month apart, but I just wonder what you're expecting this time around, because it's only a few weeks since that 6-3 away at Spurs as well.
Yeah. I think what we expect before we go into the game, that two teams have such a clear identity and playing style. That is, I think, what most people expect to see tomorrow again as well. So they have their identity, we have our own identity, and both teams trying to force that identity towards the other. And large parts of the away game 2 weeks ago, we could show our identity, but there were definitely also parts in the game where they showed how good of a team they are. Scoring 3 goals against us is also an accomplishment. I know we've scored 6 in that game as well, but scoring 3 against us is what not many teams have done till now.
How ready are Conor Bradley and Diogo Jota to start? Will Kelleher come back in as well? And I'm just wondering how much you even need to rotate the squad ahead of this game.
I think if you look at all the fixtures we've had this season, there are so many things going into a lineup. Short term, long term, qualities of the opponent, where are my players? So it's going to be always a decision made about, in our opinion, the best lineup for tomorrow. And in some situations, for Southampton away or other games, in my opinion, the best lineup was the ones that didn't start a lot. And let's see what that is tomorrow for the game we play against Tottenham.
We understand as well, no further developments regarding contracts, regarding further bids for your players. But just on Trent, obviously the attention ahead of the United game was about that bid from Real Madrid. After the game, it was his performance. How is he being under that scrutiny, and how sure are you that he remains unaffected by that scrutiny as well?
I think we were all disappointed, not only Trent, we were all disappointed by the way we played. And no, first of all about the result. And parts of the game we could be quite satisfied with. Other parts of our game we weren't completely happy with. So that was not only Trent, there were more things in the game that we could have done better. Trent didn't play his best game, I said it already. But that's not for the first time in his life. I think he didn't play the best game of his career. He's played so many games well for this club. Now it wasn't his best, like for some others. It wasn't the best game for some others as well. And we just pick it up, start train today again. Because these players know if you play 50, 60 games in the season, that once in a while you don't have your best performance. Maybe we should highlight more how good it is for that these players are able to play every 3 days such a good game. And apart from the game maybe not being the best, it was again an eventful game from Liverpool. So all the games we've played in the last 6 months, and maybe even longer when Jurgen was here, I think I got many text messages from people saying, what a game again. So unbelievable what happened last 10 minutes, both teams playing fully for a win. And that is also part of our job, I think, to make it an eventful game, and that is what we are trying to do every game, mostly with a result of winning. Now it wasn't enough to win it, but it was definitely an interesting game for everyone to watch.
With the headlines around those 3 players, plus you've got 2 cup competitions now this week, there are things like social media posts being dissected and being, does this mean something? How are you handling that level of debate with your players?
I'm not leveling that debate with my players. I talk to my players, so if there's anything that worries them, then they share this with me. But and that has not happened till now. So what I do with the players is showing them what we could have done better against United, what we've done well against United, because I think especially in the first half we created some very good chances out of a very good style of play. And the mentality we showed after being 1-0 down was also something every fan likes to see, and me as a manager likes to see as well. So that is where we are focusing on, and I'm not focused on social media posts or what has been said about us, because if you do that as a Liverpool manager, you have no life, because this is one of the biggest clubs in the world, and every second of the day people talk about us. So it already takes a lot of my time to prepare the next game and to look back at the game we just played. If I have to do this as well, then I need, just as him, a few days off once in a while as well.
And with the game against Accrington coming up after this first leg semi-final as well, and you're saying there you're looking at the players for tomorrow that maybe aren't getting those minutes. Is this a chance for those players that aren't getting those minutes to get 2 games in a row? Do you see the FA Cup as another opportunity for them?
Maybe I didn't use my words in the proper way. I didn't say that for tomorrow the players will play that haven't played much. I said there are many considerations you make before you make a lineup. One of them is the thing you just said, but there are many other things going into a lineup as well. So we might play a few players that haven't played all the games, and we might play a few players that have played all the games. And so I can tell you now what it would be. It's the first time we train again after Sunday. So yesterday, of course, the players were not off, but they did recovery. So let's see how they came out of the game, and then we will make the lineup for tomorrow.
Carl.
You spoke about how well the players have dealt with playing every three games, every 3 days. Sorry. With that in mind, would it benefit Trent to have a game coming so soon to get bad performance out of the system?
I think it would benefit every player that we had a disappointed result. We would have loved to win that game. So then every player wants to play 2 days later again. But every player that was not on the pitch would love to play tomorrow as well. So that's the good thing. They all want to play. Almost all of them are fit. That is quite special in this part of the season as well. And I would highlight more on the fact that these players show up every 3 days, because they did show up also against United. United, if I'm correct, I think the manager said was one of their best games they've played till now. Now, if that means that if they play so well, we can still come up with a 2-2 and having more chances than them, then we're not in such a bad place as maybe all the people will tell us we are. So we just analyze it as we always do and prepare ourselves for the next one.
Can I ask you about Cody Gakpo's contribution as well? Scored again at the weekend, 12 for the season, 10 in the last 16. I mean, and this competition, he's done really well in this competition. Just his contribution almost seems to go under the radar because he's playing with the likes of Mo and people like that. Just what has he brought to the side for you?
A lot, but I think I've said already a few times that I can completely understand how much focus there is on Mo's performance, because that is remarkable. If a player has so many goals and so many assists, but if you combine the goals of Lucio and Cody, when they play as a left winger, they come quite close to the numbers Mo has. It's in Mo's advantage that because of Federico is not always available, he's playing from the first to the last minute. But I think our left winger position comes quite close to the numbers Mo has. So that probably tells you then as well that it's a part of this success is definitely the quality of the players, but a part of it is also the playing style we have. So I just mentioned that again. The game against United was a game that everybody loved to watch because we play such an attacking style of football. And what comes with an attacking style of football is scoring a lot of goals, and that's what we do at the moment.
James.
Arne, do you expect to have Dominik back available?
Yesterday he wasn't in yet, so if he's in today, I would doubt if he's available to start the game. But hopefully he's in today. But yesterday he wasn't.
With the window being open, when you look at the depth you've got, do you think there's enough there to last the pace this season, or do you think anything needs to be added to the squad in this window?
Would be a bit weird if I said during the summer break that we are very happy with the team, that I would tell you something completely different now. But you always look at the market. This club has always looked at the market. I think we did this with the with the goalkeeper we don't even have at the moment. If there is a chance in the market, this club always tries to bring that chance in. But the team is in a good place. Unfortunately, Joe Gomez is injured. That means we go from 4 centre backs back to 3. Sorry, but he will be back in a few weeks. So very happy with the team, and I think they deserved that trust from the club and from me. If you look at the performances they've brought in the last half a season.
Oh, hi Arne. Only Arsenal have conceded less goals in the league than Liverpool this season, but of the 19 we have conceded, 11 of those have come in the last 6 games. Now, obviously there's been some defensive injuries and a red card in that time, but you always talk about defending with all 11 players. So do you think there's been anything systemically that's changed, or maybe even opponents have started playing differently, which has caused some of these more goals to come in?
A lot of questions, so I can answer a lot of things. But I've said in the beginning of the season, when we've conceded 1 or 2 chances, sometimes we were a bit lucky, or it was the quality from the goalkeeper that we didn't concede. I don't think we concede many more chances than we did when we kept the clean sheets. We had a clean sheet against West Ham when they hit the bar and the post, so that is a bit of football as well. It's also about the teams you face. If you go away to Newcastle, I think that's a difficult away game for everyone. So there we conceded 3, we conceded 2 against Fulham, with the red card included, of course, and conceding goals against United, which is a very good team in the league. I know everybody is looking at the league table, but that is so far off from the quality they have that is part of a season as well. So during a season, sometimes the other teams has 3 or 4 chances and they don't score, and sometimes out of 2 chances they do score their goals. That has happened quite a lot recently. What I still see also when we concede the second goal against United, I think we had more bodies in our 18-yard box than them. And Robbo tried to do everything, made a sliding tackle, but the ball went through his legs and went in. And it went through the legs of Ibu. So as long as we bring more bodies inside the box than the other team, then still you don't like to see you conceding a goal, but I see the same work rate we had as in the beginning of the season. And that is what's necessary, and then it's also sometimes about the quality you face, which is something happened against United and Newcastle, because they have attackers that don't only score against us, also against other teams.
How much do you think Alexis Mac Allister benefited from that little break? I'm sure he's one of the reasons, but he has played a lot of football from last season or through to the Copa America, so do you think it has rejuvenated him a little bit?
No, because he played outstanding before. So when I think about Maka, I think I cannot come up with a poor performance from him. He's so consistent in his performances. Of course, he's not like Mo or Cody or Lucio scoring 15 goals and 12 assists, but he's so involved in every game we play. So important for us defensively as well, bringing the ball towards these players. So for me, he didn't find better performances afterwards, but I think every player benefits for the long term to have sometimes a few days or a period off as well. So I was happy that I could give this to him, but I don't think his performances are better now than before he got the break. I hopefully, because of this break, it will give him even more consistent performances in February, March and April as well.
Going back to Trent, how was he doing mentally? I know you said after Sunday that it's not a distraction, speculation, but it was a difficult performance from him. Obviously there was a lot of speculation, a lot of scrutiny. How's he doing after that? Have you spoken to him individually?
Yeah, but I've spoken to him, to other players individually as well, which you do almost after every other game. And I spoke to him before the game, and then I already said to everyone, maybe you were not there, things I talked to him about I do not share over here. But it's normal that you talk to players always, and in this situation it wasn't his best game, so there were things I had to show which he has to improve. And that's what you always do after every game. Sometimes you show them how well they did, mostly when it comes to work rate, so they don't have to say their brilliant 80-yard pass, because that they know. And sometimes you have to show them what they can improve, but I don't only did this with Trent. We were just talking about Maka. I think if you look at the second goal we concede, in the cutback cross, if he sprints a bit harder, he could prevent the cutback, the shot from Diallo as well. So there are always things you can improve, but in general they've worked really hard, gave everything to get a result, and unfortunately we were unable to get the best result, but we still got a result.
Last couple of years, maybe 2 of the last 3 years, the team has been in all 4 competitions quite late on. Last year there was a sort of, I think, a bit of a step too far at the end. I mean, is there any, you spoke to the players, any lessons that can be learned from them, or any concern at all about all the demands, or is it just something that, with the experience you've had, that'll help?
It's very difficult for me to compare last season with this season. The only thing I do know is that what gives me the most confidence to look forward to the upcoming weeks and months is that till now we haven't stolen 1 point. All the points we got were fully deserved, and I think even in some moments we deserved more than we got when we dropped points. So that is, I think, the best forecast you can have for the second half of the season. And I don't know how that was last season, if all the results were as expected or fully deserved, or there were a few lucky moments as well. I don't know. But what I do know is that this season all the points we've got and all the results we've got were deserved, in my opinion. And all the players are fit at the moment. But yeah, again, if we drop points when teams have injuries, people say, yeah, that's because you have injuries. If we drop points, if Mo misses the penalty against Madrid, he's distracted by his contract situation. If Trent has not his best performance, he's distracted by the contract situations. If they play really well, nobody tells me, yeah, that's because they have a contract situation. So we always try to find arguments, but 9 out of 10 times the best argument is the quality of the teams you face or the game plan the other team has. And United had a very good game plan. No build-up, at least not from the start. Just bring the ball long. Just don't give us the chance to press them high, and go to a low block, which makes it always difficult for every team to create chances, which we did quite a lot actually. But I think it's more about the game plan when we drop points than it is about too many games, players being distracted, having injuries, all these kind of things. It's 9 out of 10 times because the team you face.
Have you decided what you're going to do with who's going to play and goal? Will we come back in, or is it something you decide tomorrow?
I think I've decided the whole lineup already, but in many ways people have tried to get to know what the lineup is. But I know
the League Cup's tended to be creative competition, but at least he's obviously been in goal only twice.
Yeah, I know, but I said many times that there are many things going into a lineup, and that's the same for tomorrow again. So you will find out tomorrow what arguments there are, and if they've asked me before the game and after the game, I'm always more than happy to answer those questions. But first of all, I think the players should know how we're going to play, and if all of them are available, that is also something we have to find out.
Well done, thank you.
You're welcome.